brings me to the Giants at number 5. Talking about New York, I know you're an upstate New Yorker, Dalton. Let's go a little bit south. Let's go to New York. What are they going to do on this one? I mean, John Harbaugh. Um, I think that probably the two players that are staring him in the face right now that are most commonly mocked to this is Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles, right? Two Ohio State defensive players. We know that Harbaugh likes a good, high football IQ player, a physical player. I think both of those guys are staring him right in the face. And I think those are probably the two most common that I've seen in the consensus thus far. But I'm not going to pick either of them. I'm going to go out of the consensus on this one. I'm going to go with Mansour Delane, the cornerback out of LSU for the Giants here. And again, this is a little bit veering out of consensus, but I see it playing out. First of all, Harbaugh brings his defensive backs coach with him. Don DeLisio is coming with him to the Giants from the Ravens. Always good when you're bringing a Ravens defensive backs coach like that, who in previous years has dedicated resources to early round picks for the secondary, right? Kyle Hamilton, we know about that one. Nate Wiggins, the years after that. Malachi starts this last year. We want to see Harbaugh continue what he's done with the Ravens, with the Giants, and that starts with rebuilding the secondary. Of course, Caleb Downs would do that, but I think that Harbaugh really wants to have a lockdown cornerback one right now because he's in a pass-happy division, right? If you're playing against the Cowboys and the Commanders and the Eagles and these teams want to air it out on you, you've got to have a lockdown cornerback one to stop those and jam up those wide receivers. And I know that the Giants were in the mix for Trent McDuffie, who ultimately got traded to the Rams. The Giants wanted him. They made an offer for him. We're not able to offer as much as Los Angeles was, which is why he goes out to the West Coast rather than the East. But it still leaves kind of that void that I think Harbaugh is wanting to lock in, a lockdown cornerback one for his defensive secondary. And I think if I'm thinking about a lockdown cornerback in this draft, it's Mansour Delane for me all the way. I'm going to lock him at number 5 to the Giants.
I agree. I have him as the top corner in the draft. It's a pick I haven't seen a ton, but I think is entirely possible if they believe in the potential of Delane. He had such an outstanding final year at LSU, right? I mean, up and down a bit at Virginia Tech, but the way he fit in there and the way that he just locked everybody up all season, that secondary was really the best part, I should say, of LSU, of their football team. And only allow 14 catches in an entire college season is just ridiculous, right? So man-to-man, you mentioned it, lockdown. I think the zone footwork has gotten better. The 4.3 speed when he ran that at his pro day, and then you go back and confirm that shows he just does not get beat vertically. You're not going to run right by him. So I think it really is an underrated factor in the Giants process here. They've got Paulson Adebo starting on one spot on the outside, but lost Cordell Flott. He went over there with Brian Daboll to Tennessee. Deonte Banks hasn't worked out. So it's something I could definitely see them considering. Maybe it's a little bit of a surprise considering you have Styles and Downs on the board, but the value of great cornerbacks is so high that I think it makes sense.